Good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook by Martin here. And tonight we're going to be continuing that many people are looking for, which is the green pentagon that has come. And as I said before, predicted, pretty much month of June and July would be that low dip. Right, if you've been following me for some time, you probably know that. But of course, those of you who are smart Robbie users will probably know that this market is ready to rebound. Now, my question to you is that, are you ready with a list of shares ready to get back into the market? If not, let's get down to what we have, and also we're going to review some of the stock that we picked maybe this Monday and also last week, how they fare. So much so, right? So, and also a little surprise, we have Rakuten, right? Rakuten now is using the Smart Robbie buy call. We will also review that in tonight's show in here. So give me a thumbs up if you like what you see so far, and we're going to go on to look into the market, right? For many of you that is doing it right now. Okay, let's see what we have for you. All right. Okay, now a little bit our company. I think many of you have known we are a MD company, and we are also MDAC, and we are also a finalist. Finally, been recognized for being the investment tech of the year. Trade VSA, we are in finalists for the 2025 FinTech Award, so watch out for that. And it would be great if you can win this award in there much, right? And also we have our winner, right, from our Smart Robbie campaign that we did, and that's Mr. Yi. You can see that's a real person in line, and he has this nice little iPad finally, making 19.5% from a Pentagon guided trade, right? A Pentagon guided trade, and who knows, right? Some of these trade, many of you have seen this work before, all right? So remember, a year of snakes, not a very good year, okay? Market's going to be a trading year, so you need to take profit like Mr. Yi did that, and a 19% profit target. Not all the time, but he did it at that time, and I do think that this coming July month will definitely be a great month. Now let's take a look at our market right now to see where it is. So I'm just going to bring up the FKLI, right, since we're talking about KLCI today. And then also we look into the first. Let's take a look at our dashboard for the VSA 360. Now, of course, many of you can also subscribe to this, our 360 in here, which is 360 dashboard. And since turning green pentagon, which I've said before, 25th of July, this market ready to stage back higher, right? So I've always been saying, watch out for that green pentagon right now. If you know what I'm talking about, type in the green pentagon in there, and finally it's here. You have a nice double bottom here, right? And that is sort of building that base, then the market goes up. But what's more important also, we can see the foreign funds, right? And every time when we say foreign funds spikes up here, this was the so-called a game changer, but that was in month of May, and then you have 2 more months. Now, let's hope it this way. We won't get that much of a rally. Let's put it up probably July and up to July and August. That's about this next 2 months going forward. So we have the green pentagon coming in, so make sure you watch out for this, not green pentagon, the green inflow, Bursa inflow. And of course, today market is up 8 points. If you look from here, you got YTL, Maxis, the utilities are moving up. Tengaga is down 2%. So YTL power is up. So that probably make much for the market. Now you have to be very selective going into it, which we're going to explore the sector tonight. So right now, construction seems to be the heading sector, utilities and also plantation. Property have flicked back, energy has weakened a bit. Let's look at technology. Where is technology? Technology is coming back. Yeah, technology is starting to weak back. Okay, but last week was pretty strong. This week it's going to be, but we will have a rally that we say right now in the Dow Jones. We will look at the Dow Jones in here. So as you can see from here, Our market, which I already said, the market is not going to be down 13% when we were talking about sometime in March in here. The market's still going to be down for this year, no doubt about it, right? This rally is this 200-day moving average, which is the showstopper. As soon as it's rally up, then a lot of people are going to be talking about a bull market. And just take note, we broke through way back in January 7, okay, and then the market's been down for the last 6 months in here. That is also due to the foreign funds leaving, which I've just showed you before. So a lot of this can be explained, and the green Pentagon chart will just tell you when you can really move in here. This was a nice wash, green Pentagon wash back up, finally the market picks back up. So it's pay dividend to know how to read the chart together with the green Pentagon. Not every green Pentagon is going to work out. We have something like a 45 to 50% uptrend, getting it correct, and if you run your trend, you end up to be quite profitable from that onward. So right now you have this 200-day moving average as something that we want to overcome as soon as you can overtake this, and I think it's possible. The first one, second one is going to retest, but the third one is going to break up. But if it doesn't, then you gotta watch out for my next weekly update, just like the one update you've done tonight in here. All right, now of course I'm going to ask many of you who are listening, those of you members, whatever the case is, if you have any stocks you want me to talk about, feel free to put it in there. I'm happy to talk about that. So we've done the KLSE, still going up. Now let's look at the Dow Jones. Okay, so the Dow Jones, we're going to switch to YM1 again. Just also turn green Pentagon, which you can see from the chart here. Let me just move it up, and you can see from Dow Jones here, switching it back to 1 month chart, and it turned green Pentagon also on the 26th of June. All right, so 26th of June is it started to turn back up, and that's where the market seems to be pushing higher and higher. So that's wonderful. All right, so you can look back at the Dow Jones, which is around 24th. Let's look at the S&P 500, which is we call the ES futures, right? Because you got the volume in here, also turn green Pentagon. So that's what a lot of things are really happening in there. Also check out all the sectors, the XLK, XLP. Those chart is going to be definitely moving in here. And if you don't have a copy of the plugin, use this one, or probably you can use Smart Roby charts. Some of those charts we already have them. So they're certainly turning very bullish in here. Market breaks out for the 200-day moving average. You can see been hovering, really base building before the market breakout. And wicks, which is the volatility index, is also drifted back down. Last time when it hit was 30, was somewhere around here, right? That was the I think this was the that was a war, 13th of June. All right, then that one came back down. All right, this was the war. Liberation Day was May 6th. Right, this is where the market jumps up, and then there's another one, I think 23rd of May, something I can't remember what was this incident in here, but definitely you can see the Liberation Day, the market jumps up, and then since they tapered off, and the more that the Dow Jones go higher, the lower wicks number is going to come in, and certainly right now the market is very low in terms of volatility, and market's going to be going higher. All right, no charts and comment from the group there. All sort of know what is going on here. So we done the Dow Jones, we done the wicks. So this was March 25th, as I said before, right? If you look in terms of the market, okay, let's go into here, the KLSE. We did see a nice move for the month of June. Okay, let me just blow it up bigger for you, right? And you can see from here. So month of June has been, generally very negative in here, but we just turned positive. And then July is, I think July we will see probably maybe a 3% from here. Another 2% up move, which is another 30 points, right? Then up to August. Then September, finito. All right? So just remember, any trades coming from September, October is no show. So this is the best time to run. You hear that from me, okay? So make sure you want to get in. But generally, most of you who are coming late, by the time you listen to this, you're probably going to enter in September, and don't tell you why you didn't lose money, right? So I told you so. So market has drifted back to minus 5% in here. So the year probably going to close around a negative mark. We're not going to turn back to positive. We don't have enough incentive. Even the last couple of days push up. It can go higher to August. Right, then people will start talking about, oh, the market's going to be plus 8%. Now it's only minus 5.4%. So every month when I talk about it, is to give you those likely scenario where the market is going, rather than painting the whole picture. Once you understand this macroeconomics, then it's so much easier trying to understand what the hell I'm talking about in here. So we're going to have July, August, September, bye-bye. Then October, so bye-bye. November, comeback month. And then December. So you hit it from me here. All right. So that's what we're going. So foreign funds, as I said, been going off, and finally they came back. You all seen that chart again. Let me just show you here, right? And you can't do without this very nice VSA 360. And make sure you subscribe to it. That's a lot of good things that we have. We have 2 days of positive foreign funds flowing back in here. All right, 2 days of foreign funds flowing back, and that really makes this market going higher. Okay, so that's no reason why we don't know. So where the foreign funds is coming, and I do say that it's actually seasonal, right? Until someone find out some reason, of course, they're going to be correlating to anything that will stick on the wall, like tariff or the 24% that we are lower tariff from compared to Cambodia, compared to things. These are just stories to make it up when our stock market goes up. When the stock market goes down, they probably twist those stories and pump back in. That's how stories works, okay? So it's not so much how it is. Just have to watch out for the chart. Don't listen so much to the story coming in. And something interesting, we have a joint collaboration in here with Rakuten Trade, all right, with Trade VSA. They are still, in my opinion, the best brokerage, best rate in town. So if you're venturing to US market, don't know what stock to buy, that's where you want to use the Smart Robi services. So let me just share with you. In here, this is the Smart Robi, all right. So they are quite well known for their US market in here. Pretty savvy in here, good support, and high speed, very reasonable trade in here. Don't just go over for cheap commission in here. So, and again, we have a Rakuten Trade, and if you are a Rakuten member or someone who is new, you get 20 ringgit worth of Smart Robi credit, 200 credit when you sign in and you type referral code Rakuten. All right, so that's how you want to get it. And some of those stocks that we have from the Rakuten Trade, right, will be very interesting. Okay, so you can see here, if you are trading in US dollar, it's only less than $1 US, a maximum of 25 US dollar. Okay, so a brokerage from between $1, 0.1%. So it is very, very affordable. Starts at 88 cents, excluding all the exchange fee, of course, in here. And if you look at broker P, 115, broker Q, 99 cents. All right, so this is why we work together with some of these in here, and we'll be looking at some of the stocks that it sent out. So if you are already a Rakuten Trade members, you will get those daily hot stock through the apps. I'm just going to share with you some of the screenshots I have from the apps, and I think yesterday we have 3 stocks from the US, so use those to your advantages. Okay, to your advantages. That's going to be great going in here. All right, now okay, let's get on to it. So the first one, so I'm just going to bring up here and going to be talking about this. Right, first one, let me just bring up the chart and make it a bit smaller here. Okay, and let's go squeeze that in so you can see. No, I want to make this a bit smaller. All right, so you can see it. So we have Pepsico. This call was made on Tuesday, 1st of July, for those of you who know, right? So we're going to be reviewing the Pepsico here and looking using the trading view chart here. All right, you can also use and review this chart using the Smart Robi, looking at the fundamentals, looking at the sentiment or so forth. All right, so you can see this came out, it's buy below 132, so Pepsico 132, now it's already 135. Right, when the first came out, chart 132.04 here, the opening, right, was that good price in here. Call price, current price, call price is 133. So the market already gone up. Maybe you want to wait for a bit of retracement in here. So 133, when the market opened, was 132, right? That was a good buy mark. And of course, these buy call normally comes out at about 5 p.m. So make sure you are a Rakuten a member to get hold of these daily hot stocks. Okay, so we're just going to be reviewing that. So the market has moved up since 133 this morning. Is it open? Yeah, it's open already. Right, it's up 0.14% in here, and TP is 138. That's the short TP. This is actually all trading, right? All trading kind of thing. 138, just around above here. Okay. Then we have stop loss just right below in here, and the call is valid until tomorrow. Okay, until 3rd of September, because today is 27. But so far, if it's going to push up some more in here, you got to be careful in here. All right. Next, we have chartered TR. Chartered Communication, again, buy below 413. I do know 413 is somewhere around here. Market has also broke through, right, from then onwards, right? But one thing you have to know, right, US, a lot of the stocks are really, really pricey, right? So 437 is where you want to take profit around here, very short profit, but the momentum is there. These are all trading shares, okay? Trading shares, then the stop loss is about 385, okay? 385 around here, that's where we want to put our stop. Next one, very ever popular, is Apple. All right, you can see Apple, oh, great one today, kaboom, up almost $4, right? 1.88 cent, buy below 208, which is this level today already 211. All right, so that's why I encourage those of you who are interested in the US buy call from the Rakuten, get this one in here. Okay, so let's go on to that's Tuesday. Now we have Wednesday, because today 5 o'clock also came out. So let's take a look at some of these stocks if they have gone up. Of course, not all of them will go up. The last couple of days was good because early on I gave you the prognosis of the US market when the overall index turned green pentagon and you have wicks, all will jalan one. Okay, so this one here up 3%, so market is still holding up. Buy below 259, so that looks pretty good. 259, profit 269, somewhere around here. If you look at this chart, not too bad. Been moving the congestion, then broke through back into the 200-day moving average in here. All right, GPC. Okay, let's look at GPC. And of course, if you want to know what they do, right, you can look into here. And this is also line change, right? You got lots of resistance up here. So it's also good when you get this buy call, take a look at some of these stocks and see whether they are chart friendly or not. They're so-called TA friendly. Okay. So yeah, we might just break through. Then you got the Expedite, EXPE. Okay, Expedite. This morning market down 1.45% here. Okay, with the green pentagon too, pushing it up. Okay, but we'll see how this one will fare. And there's a few resistors on top here, but trend is certainly going up. You can see this one, and we're going to go back to GPC. This one is about still down, starting to turn up, and then Illinois ITW. Okay, and this one is starting to trend up. This is just above the 200-day moving average. All right, let's see how the YM1, which is the US market futures. Yeah, the Dow Jones is down 85 points. I think this is also due to Trump news about the big, bold, beautiful. I'm not surprised the market will turn up because it has gone green pentagon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days already. Right? Expect a little bit of pullback. All right. So we also have the breakfast show that we did on the 23rd, which is the first week when we have our so-called breakfast show for the Malaysian market. All right, so you want to get in when there's a green pentagon. So on the green pentagon from here, it's gone up to okay, this is a one that also break out about 5%, and then market started to turn back. Let's see this pullback, it's going to hold back or not. Okay, market do go pull back, but if I said before the market started to push back up, then it's going to be. So we look at Bursa too. Okay, Bursa, this was a 6% up, so generally when you get a 6% up, the market's not going to go up, but it's still holding up at this base in here, really pulling to here. But if the KLSE were to move up, you expect this. Next one is Carlsberg. Carlsberg is BSG. Ah, can't find it. There you go. That's 6. I have to look for the Malaysian one. Looking for the Malaysian flag here. All are NYSE. Oh, that makes. Oh yeah, there you go. BG. Okay. So Carlsberg, same thing. Came out on the 23rd. Right, Pentagon was on the 20th, and you can see market push up in here. Then it's just sort of move sideways from here onwards. Unfortunately, that's always the case. Whenever you get a widespread bar like this, just have to be very careful about the stocks that you're picking up. Okay. All right, so that's where we are for this breakfast show. Now on the US side, on the 30th of June, I also did a couple of stock pick here. So NNEK, which is AristaNet. You can see AristaNet, green Pentagon, but pull back in here. Nice pullback, not that not that much. Holding up KMI, which is benefiting from the gas, but there was a sell-off from here 3%, and that is also due to the crude oil also back off. You can see crude oil also back off from here onwards. No, this is gas. Let me see if I can find gas. Kindle is natural gas. It's natural gas. Natural gas versus US dollar. Yeah. So that's why trend is down. KMI is a gas player, so you can look into that. And you can go into the matrix financials. You can see they are Kindle Morgan, right? Natural gas player in here. So if the gas price will be up, but trend is still looking up from here. Booking.com BKNG. This is a holiday kind of thing. A nice pullback here, but the price is pretty pricey, around $5,000 in here. One lot will set you 5,000. So that's a review of all the breakfast trade in here. All right, so the remaining section is that I'm going to ask if you have any stocks you want me to look at, okay? Else I'm going to be looking into the so-called weekly charts, okay? The weekly sector. Okay, so we're going to look at the, so first of all, we're going to look at the sector. So you can see from our sector, 1st of July, we have technology, construction, consumer, utility, and property. Those are the things that really started to move up. You can see from the green Pentagon, okay, in here, green Pentagon, duration just turned green Pentagon, and it's about 1.37%. So here, you just need to, all right, what you do is just need to go over to the VSA 360, and what you want, once you get in there, then you just need to swap over here, all right, and you can look at the sector. That's all you need to do, okay? Not that difficult. And from then onwards, you just want to match what are but in short, what are the things I like is tech, construction, utility, and property. Those are the ones that I like. So let's take a look at some of those. Right, in the tech sectors. Okay, all right, what do we have here? Yes, we have the these are your tech sectors. Okay, so the tech sector seems to be out. Okay, so we have Excel Force, 25 cents, right? That's quite a very low number here. Unisem, and I'll show you how we get this, okay? So you just go over to our 360 here, go to screener, and you go to KLSE gain. All right, so that's all you need to do. So once you get that, you will see the technology sector. So I look back to last week. Okay, last week, because we want to see those Pentagon, what has happened. Oh no, I just want to show you. Yeah, these are the sectors. So we're going to look at the technology first. All right, so we have energy. I'm going to look at the technology and click on submit. So let's hit that one. Okay, open it up, and we wait for the technology, and from here onwards we want to see those couple of stocks that have pulled back. So we're still waiting. You can see it's because there's still a lot of processing going on in the background. Okay, but now let's move on to while this thing is working on, let's move on to next. I want to talk about is the look back into last week. Some of the Pentagon, just look at 1 week, about 26, because the market started to turn up, and I want to share with you how you want to pick up those stocks when you're part of learning. Okay, so generally you want to pick something that is above, at least we have some 5,000 lot shares, okay, like Vitrox, okay, and so 5,000 shares. So here we can see 26 market started to move up, and this is also in line with the tech sector moving up. Okay, so that's a $4, because we want to look for, you can see from here, right, you got price for the at least above 5,000, right, UWC. Okay, those are your early on tech sectors that already move up already. Okay, so this one have NS, so UWC will take a bit of time, right, judging from what I see here, but it does have a very strong NS going from here onwards. So if the NS able to hold its level, this market is going to push up. This has good potential, UWC. Watch out for that one. So let's go back to my chart here, whether I've seen yes, technology is already back. Okay, so these are the tech sectors, all the software, so we just want to look for those with a higher turnover. So Inari, okay, that's good, it's one on our list. MYEG is going to change name. Have they changed name yet? 3rd of July, yeah, they're going to change name to Zentrix, I think tomorrow. No, it's still Zentrix. Oh, you actually named after the cryptocurrency. Okay, so it's still MYEG today. And so you can take a look at the MYEG shares. Okay, let's first one. But MYEG, if you notice, you always go into a range bound. All right, so expect that. Okay, MYEG. So you look at it's going to a range bound, but I'm quite confident it can break up because overall KLCI can break up. If you look back over the history, look back, last year did pretty well, 16%. The year before lost money. The year before lost money. This year also lost, 21 also lost money. Now this stock is becoming a proxy to crypto. Eventually it will work like crypto. So if the stock crypto goes up, this is the share that eventually everyone's going to talk about, hey, buy this share if you want to have some sort of crypto. They are changing your name to very beyond Malaysia, going into cryptocurrency and doing something that is more into the IT savvy and also AI driven. Okay, that's always been their so-called forte. They are trying to go into that, and I also wish a success for them. Okay, what we have, MYG Inari, yep, this is one of our big heavyweight. Alright, now if you have any specific stocks you want me to look at, feel free to ask, okay? So Inari is still going to range bound. If the technology sector were to move up, it's certainly going to coming back to this 200-day moving average. Okay, that's what I hope for, right? But you know that nothing is certain, in the world of trading, but we just have to do with what we can and push on from then onwards. Okay, next we have in our list is what stock? We have Penta. Okay, well, Penta, let's take a look at Penta too. Alright, next we're going to look at the Penta is pushing up nicely in here. Green Pentagon looks like it's going up, so that's a good one. May continue from here onwards. All right, then we're going to look at the next one. IT Max. Okay, IT Max. Okay, IT Max. IT Max certainly in a range bound kind of situation in here, but looks like it's still pushing up. All right, I wouldn't worry for it. Still pushing up in here, so that's pretty good. Next, we're going to go on to the construction. All right, so we go on to the construction, and we submit. All right. Now, of course, again, I'm going to ask any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free. Okay, we just wait for the construction stocks to come out. Okay, there you go. We got a good list of construction. We want to sort out by those big one here with the turnover. And you have Gamuda. All right, so Gamuda is, I was told, is continuing to move higher. Okay, so Gamuda and Suncon, these are your big names. So Gamuda, yeah, Gamuda is pushing up, you can see from there, so that's very healthy. So I think Gamuda, Suncon is all going up too. Okay. Alright, Suncon has a lot of upthrust in here. Okay, so it has to overcome it first before it is possible to move any higher. Okay, let's see. The rest, Penastra. Penastra looks pretty nice. You can see from here, market pushing up, holding its level in here. This is why you want to use the VSA 360. When you mouse over, you actually can see which one you like it. IJM, yeah, IJM looks good, ready to move higher. So that's the one you want to be pushing along. Okay, looks like that's all we have the time for. We want to keep it to just slightly half an hour. We review some stocks. Now, if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in. Else, welcome to our membership. VSA 360 membership still open, those who are interested. And of course, don't forget our Telegram chat room for, and also our Smart Roby users continues the Smart Roby for that one, and join us on our breakfast show on Monday. All right, that's all we have. See you later.